You are exhausted, not from working too hard, not from doing too much, but from performing. Every single day, you put the armor on, you manage the schedule, you hit the targets, you smile at the right moments, and you make sure nobody sees the cracks. You have convinced yourself that if you are perfect, you cannot be rejected. If you never make a mistake, you cannot be criticized. If you keep every single plate spinning, nobody will ever see what you are actually terrified. Underneath that flawless performance, you are suffocating. You are running on empty, held together by the constant, low-level terror of being exposed. You worry that one day somebody will look closely enough and see that you were never as together as you made it look. If that is the weight you carry every single day, look at these streets. This is Vienna, a city of hypersymmetrical grand palace facades designed to project absolute power, order, flawless performance. From the outside, it looks unshakable, pristine, perfect. But human beings do not live on the roofs of palaces. We live in the messy, unpredictable streets below them. And when you demand perfection from yourself, you are trying to live inside a monument that was never built for human beings. This isn't about Vienna. This is about the cage you built around yourself and why the key has always been in your hand. Here is the truth about perfectionism that nobody told you. It is not a personality trait. It's not discipline, and it's not high standards. It is fear wearing a very convincing disguise. Perfectionism is not about achievement or excellence. It's the belief that if you look perfect, work perfect, live perfect, you can completely avoid the pain of blame, judgment, and shame. Perfectionism is armor. It's the psychological defense mechanism you built because you learned somewhere along the way that love, approval, and safety were conditional. You learned that they had to be earned, and who you were without the performance was simply not enough. So you built that performance, and you have been maintaining it ever since at an enormous cost to your peace. Here's what perfectionism actually does to your nervous system. It sets an impossible standard, and then it punishes you every single time you fail to meet it, which is every single time. Perfection does not exist in nature. It does not exist in neuroscience. And it does not exist in human life. It only exists as a moving target your brain invented to keep you permanently in a state of feeling inadequate. The anxiety you feel is not a byproduct of your high standards. It is the direct result of measuring yourself against something that was never real. The Stoics identified this trap with surgical precision 2,000 years before modern psychology had language for it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have the power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He wasn't writing about external control. He was writing about the tyranny of internal standards. The Stoics practiced what they called the discipline of desire, the deliberate training of the mind to want only what is within its power to achieve. Perfectionism is desire aimed entirely at what is outside of your power. The approval of others, the complete absence of failure, and the absolute guarantee of never being criticized. None of those things are in your control, not one, and every ounce of your energy you spend trying to control them is energy stolen from the life you are actually here to live. Epictetus said, Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish. Wish for things to happen as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life. This is not a call to mediocrity. The Stoics were not mediocre people. Marcus Aurelius ran an empire, and Epictetus built one of the most influential philosophical schools in history. They aimed high, worked hard, and cared deeply about excellence. They separated excellence from perfection with one crucial distinction. Excellence is doing your best with what you have right now. Perfection is refusing to accept anything less than an impossible ideal. One builds a life, the other destroys it. Modern neuroscience confirms what the Stoics practiced. What it reveals about perfectionism should fundamentally change how you see yourself. When your brain perceives threat, and to a perfectionist, any possibility of failure or judgment is a threat, your amygdala fires. Cortisol floods your system, and your nervous system enters survival mode. This is the anxiety you feel. It is not a character flaw. It is a biological response to a perceived danger. The danger of not being enough. Normal anxiety responses are triggered by specific threats and then resolve when the threat passes. Perfectionism creates a threat that never passes because the standard keeps moving. You achieve the goal and immediately raise the bar. You finish the project and immediately focus on what was wrong with it. You receive a compliment and immediately discount it. Your nervous system never gets the signal that the threat is over. To a perfectionist, the threat is never over. You are running a continuous emergency response in a body that was only designed for short bursts of it. Vienna's palace facades have stood for centuries, cold, permanent, and unchanging. They are beautiful from a distance, but nothing living grows on stone. Life requires friction. It requires imperfection. It requires the willingness to be a messy work in progress in the streets below, rather than a flawless monument above them. So what do you actually do with a brain wired like this? The antidote to perfectionism is not lowering your standards. It is something far more difficult. It is raising your self-compassion, and self-compassion is not self-indulgence. It is treating yourself with the same basic decency you would extend to someone you love who is struggling. That's it. When you make a mistake, instead of the automatic internal punishment, ask yourself one question. What would I say to someone I love if they had just made this exact mistake? Then say to yourself, not because you deserve special treatment, but because you deserve the same basic humanity you already freely give to other people. The Stoics call this appropriate self-regard. The recognition that you are a human being operating under the same conditions as every other human being, imperfect, doing the best you can with what you have. Tomorrow morning, you're going to practice a Stoic technique called voluntary imperfection. You are going to step into the world and deliberately leave one minor thing unfinished or unpolished. Let an email go without a second proofread. Leave a project at 80% complete for the day. Allow yourself to speak in a meeting without a script. Your brain will scream that you are unsafe. Your anxiety will spike. But as the day continues and the world does not end, your nervous system will receive a radical, liberating piece of data. You made a mistake and you're still here. You are still safe. Stop trying to be a monument. Come down to the streets. Drop the armor and finally give yourself permission to be alive.